come back and have a chat to you all after, but I wanted to get the session started. So today we're going to be doing a senior mat Pilates session. So this is perfect if you're senior. It's also perfect if you just want a very gentle, good workout that's safe for your knees and your hips and all those little things that can happen to us as we get older. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so you're going to come and lie down on your mat, and we are going to have the knees bent, the feet hip width apart, and I want you to start by just aligning that pelvis, okay? So thinking of the bones of the pelvis, we've got our two hip bones here, pubic bone here, and we want to get those three bones aligned so that we're in what we call a neutral position of our pelvis. Okay, so we're going to put the heels of the hands on the hip bones, fingers towards the pubic bone, and I want you just to rock your pelvis back and forth until those 3 points come into alignment. Once you've got that alignment, let's bring the arms down by our side. Think of opening across the collarbones. You want to feel kind of heavy in the shoulders, like someone's just very gently pressing your shoulders down. And let us begin. So we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to exhale to tilt the pelvis towards us, feeling that little stretch in the lumbar spine, and then inhale to return. So we're going to exhale, think of the tummy muscles drawing in, and then you're adding that tilt, so you're stretching out the lower back, and inhale to return. Exhaling as you tilt, and inhale to return. Exhaling as you tilt, inhale to return, and one more, exhaling to tilt, and inhale to return. We're going to go into the pelvic curl, so you're going to exhale to tilt. Now I want you to press down into the feet to activate your leg muscles and start to peel that spine up off the floor. So we're pushing up through the back of the body. Then you're going to inhale there. And as you exhale, think of your chest, your rib cage being heavy and coming down through that spine all the way down and onto your mat and returning to neutral. So breathing in, breathing out to tilt, and roll that spine all the way up, pushing up through the legs, working those glutes. Inhale there. Exhale, relaxing through the chest, coming down through the spine, and back down onto your mat. So take a deep breath in. Exhale to tilt, and as you lift up, just keep an eye on your knees that they're not wandering out. So you want to keep that alignment so it works the inner thigh muscles. Inhale, exhale, coming back down. We're going to do two more. Deep breath in, exhaling to tilt, and roll that spine up. Inhale to hold. Exhale as you come back down. And last one, deep breath in and exhaling to tilt and roll that spine up. Good. Inhale to hold and exhale as you come back down. So returning your pelvis to neutral, let's bring the arms up, and we're going to have our palms facing the wall in front of you. And what you're going to do is you're going to inhale, taking your elbows out to the side. So we're bending the elbows and taking them down towards the floor. So you're going to feel a stretch through the front of the chest. And as you breathe out, I want you to rotate those arms back. So we're working the shoulder joint now, as far back as is comfortable. And then you're going to inhale, bring them forward. exhale, coming back up. And what we're going to try and do is keep our shoulder blades on the floor through the whole exercise. So we're going to inhale, drawing down, exhale, rotating back, inhale, coming forward, and exhale, reaching back up. So we're going to inhale, drawing down, exhale, rotating back, inhale, coming forward, and exhale, up. Let's do two more. Inhale, drawing down, exhale, rotating back, inhale, coming forward, and exhale, up. And last one, inhale, drawing down, exhale to rotate back, inhale to come forward, and exhale, lifting up. Now turn the palms towards each other, open your hands all the way down, your arms down onto the floor, and I want you to bring your knees and your feet together, and you can either stay in this position, or if you're comfortable, you can bring your legs up into a tabletop position. And we're going to do our spine twist. So imagine now that the whole top of the body is glued to the floor. It can't move. And we're going to work from our waist. So we're going to inhale, taking the knees over to the right hand side. Exhale, you're going to draw the tummy in and come back to the center. Then we're going to go the other way. Inhale over and exhale back to center. Let's do that again. So inhale over and exhale back to center. Inhale over and exhale back to center. Let's do two more. Inhale over and exhale back, and inhale over and exhale back to center. Let's take those legs down, and then from there you're going to bring your hands down by your side. We're going to keep our pelvis in a neutral position, and we're going to bring our right leg up into a tabletop position there. Okay, and then from here we're going to inhale, we're going to lower the toe towards the floor, and exhale, bring it back up. And it doesn't look much, but we're doing this keeping our pelvis still. So that's where the core work is coming in, is you've really got to control your pelvis and not let it move with the legs. It's like someone's pushing on your thigh, taking it down and lifting back up. Inhale to lower and exhale up. So you should really be feeling this now in the thigh, and inhale to lower and exhale up. Now draw your tummy in, lift the other leg up, and then take that right leg down. So here we go on this side, keeping that pelvis still. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Good. Inhale, lower and exhale, lift. Inhale, lower and exhale, lift. And one more time. Inhale, lower and exhale to lift. Now you're going to draw the other leg up, and we're going to bring our arms up in the air. And we're going to work same arm as leg. We're going to have to be really mindful of not letting our pelvis move. So that will be your challenge. You're going to inhale, reaching your right arm and your right leg in opposite directions, but do not let your pelvis move, and then bring everything back to the start position. Then the other way, inhale and exhale to come back. Good. Inhale, reach in opposite directions, and exhale back. Inhale to reach out, keeping that pelvis still, and back. Last two. Inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale back. Well done. Let's take the legs down onto the floor. We're going to interlace the fingers, taking the hands behind the head. Let's open the elbows. And again, keeping your pelvis still. That is our theme today, keeping the pelvis still. You're going to take a breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to draw the tummy in and try and lift your head and chest up, looking towards your knees without moving that pelvis. And you're going to inhale and exhale to come back down. Let's try that again. So deep breath in and exhale, lifting the head and the chest, looking towards the gap between the knees, no wider than a tennis ball. Inhale. Exhale, draw the abdominals in to come back down. We're just going to do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale to come up. Inhale, hold. And exhale, lower. Last one, deep breath in. And exhale to lift. Inhale, hold. And exhale to lower. Now we're going to add a little rotation to that movement. So we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to exhale to lift back up. So this will now be your start position. And I don't want you to lower from here. I want you to take a breath in. And as you breathe out, you're just going to rotate the ribs to the right. So you're looking just past your right knee. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, rotating left. And inhale back to center. Exhale to rotate right. And inhale, center. Exhale, rotate left. And inhale, center. Last 2. Right and center and left and center. Take a deep breath in. See if you can lift any higher without that pelvis moving. And then come all the way down to the floor. Reach your arms back out. And then you're going to bring your leg up in the air. So depending on how you feel in your hips, if you're comfortable, you can have the leg out like so. And again, with this leg, you can have it bent, but if you're flexible and you want to straighten it, you can have it straight with the foot flexed. Okay, and what we're going to do is take the leg straight ahead. So you're going to go down, not too low, because we're keeping that pelvis still, aren't we? And then we're going to circle the leg out to the side and up. So it's all about stability today. Lower, coming out and up. Lower, out, and up. You want to add the breathing is inhale, lower, exhale, out, and up. Inhale, lower, exhale, out and up, and inhale, lower, exhale, out, and up. Let's reverse that. So you're going to inhale out to the side, exhale, down, and up. Inhale out, exhale, lowering around and up. So we're trying to draw a circle. The size of the circle is not important. What's important is that you're using all your core to keep the trunk of the body nice and still. Inhale out and exhale up. And last one, inhale out and exhale up. Now I want you to point those toes, flex the foot. Point the toes, flex the foot, and point the toes, flex the foot. Keep it flexed, lower it down to the floor, and then you can let that leg relax. Let's unfold the left leg, preparing for the circles on this side. So you're going to inhale to lower, exhale, circle out, and up. Inhale, lower, exhale, circle out, and up. Inhale, lower, exhale, out, and up. Inhale, lower, exhale, out, and up. 2 more. Inhale, lower, exhale, out and up, and inhale, lower, exhale out and up. Let's reverse it. So you're going to inhale out to the side, exhale down around and up. Inhale out, exhale around and up. Remembering pelvis nice and still. You should really feel you're actually working very, very hard in your core today, having to keep everything nice and still. Inhale out, exhale around and up. And one more, inhale out, exhale around and up. Now let's point the toes and flex the foot. Point the toes and flex the foot. Point the toes and flex the foot. And point the toes and flex. And let's lower the leg all the way down to the floor. Now I want you to bend both your knees. And I want you to take your arms overhead. We're just going to try this, see what you can do. So you're going to inhale to move the arms, head and chest. Exhale, I want you to reach forward. See if you can take hold of those knees or underneath those knees and see if you can lift yourself up. If you need an assistance, then just do what you need to do to come up to sitting. Okay? So we're going to do our roll-ups or half roll-backs now. All right, so there's lots of core work today. So you can either have the knees bent, especially if your hamstring is a little tight, or you have a tight back. If you're comfortable with the legs straight and your back straight, you can sit like this, okay? We're going to take the arms out in front of us and draw the shoulders down. We're going to get those legs together. You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, we're going to draw the tummy in and keep that connection here as you come back down. We're not going to go all the way down. We're just going to go to the point where we can feel it's a little bit of a challenge to hold. Then you're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw the tummy muscles in. You're going to come up. And as you come up, you're still pulling in until your shoulders are above your hips. And then we're going to lift up through the back. Let's try that again. So take a breath in. Exhale, draw the tummy in. You're tucking the tailbone under. Coming back. And I don't want you to go to the floor. Just want you to go back maybe to the waistband. If you can get that far, then you're going to inhale. Exhale, draw the tummy muscles in. And coming up. It's pretty tough actually. Not going all the way down is just as difficult as turning it all the way down. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, this is your last one, coming back. See if you can get back to that waistband. Inhale. Exhale, draw the abdominals in. Coming up and over. And lift up through the spine. Well done. Let's bring the hands down. And we're going to have the legs apart. And again, if you're more comfortable with the legs bent, absolutely fine. Do that, okay? I'm just going to do it like this because for me, that's my comfort zone. But it doesn't have to be that way if that doesn't work for you. So we're going to think, first of all, we're sitting up right off those sit bones. You're going to take your arms out to the side. And you're going to have the palms of your hands facing forward. And this exercise is called the saw. So if you have that in your mind, that will help you. You're going to inhale, rotating to your right, and you're going to bring your left arm across. Now imagine that left hand is a saw. As you exhale, you're going to go forward as if you were going to try and saw off your little toe. So you're reaching towards the little toe. You're taking the head down, but we're keeping our sit bones, both sit bones on the mat. So once again, stable in your pelvis. Then you're going to come all the way up through the spine. We're going to bring this arm back in line with the shoulder, and then we're going to open out. Let's try that to the left. So we're going to inhale to rotate left. Right arm's coming across. Exhale, you're going to go forward, reaching towards the little toe. Weight evenly placed in your sit bones. It's a lovely, lovely stretch on the back. Then you're going to come all the way up. You're going to bring that left arm in line with the shoulder. Open the right arm out to the side. So we're going to inhale, rotating to our right. Left arm comes across. We're flexing forward. Getting a lovely stretch there. Inhale, we're going to come up. Bring that right arm in line and open. And now the other way. Inhale to rotate across. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, lifting up. Bring the arm in line. And exhale, coming out. Well done. So you can take your hands behind you. And I want you to bend your knees. So everyone's going to bend their knees now. And we're going to bring our knees in line with our ankles. And we're going to take our hands back. Okay? And I want you to have your fingers pointing out to the side and feel that stretch across your chest. Okay? This is going to really work your shoulders, this exercise, and your hips. So looking straight ahead of you, think of drawing the chin back. So you've got a nice line through the spine. Now press into your feet and start to lift the bottom up. And as you're going up, you can feel your spine is just hinging back. You're going to end up looking up towards your ceiling. And then you're going to inhale, gently does it as you come back down. Let's try that again. We're going to exhale, lifting up. You can feel it's quite a stretch. And inhale, coming down. And just one more. Exhale, lifting up. And inhale, coming down. Well done. All right, coming onto your side now. So you're going to lie on your side, facing me. And we're going to come all the way down. We're going to do the clam shell. So this is really good for the pelvis and the glutes. And again, what we want to do is keep nice and still here. So you're going to rest your head down, hand on this hip. We're going to press this hip away. So we've got a nice neutral pelvis again, and then you're going to exhale to open. And as you open, you only want to move as much as you can within your hip. You don't want to be moving in the spine. Okay, and then you're going to inhale to lower down. So we're going to exhale to open and inhale to lower. Exhale to open and inhale to lower. Exhale, open, and inhale, lower. Exhale, open, and inhale, lower, and exhale, open, and inhale to lower. Now you're going to reach both legs out, making sure your feet are slightly forward of your hips. You can have a hand on the side if you like the challenge. If you're not sure, you can put your hand in front like so. Just make sure your neck is nice and relaxed. And then we're going to breathe out and float both legs up. So you're feeling the work here in the core. Okay, and then you're going to inhale to lower the legs down. So as you exhale, we're drawing the abdominals in, lifting those legs up as high as they will go, and inhale down. You've got to be really careful you don't roll forward or back. Okay, so we're trying to stay on our side as we lift, and inhale to lower. And again, exhale to lift, and inhale to lower. Two more. Exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. And exhale to lift and inhale to lower. Well done. Come on up and let's have the knees bent and the elbow underneath your shoulder. Okay, we're going to take the arm out to the side and we're going to do a little lift. So you're going to lift up and then you're going to take the arm over. And as you go over, try and lift the hips more. So you're really working the side of the body. Inhale, come back to that T position and exhale, lower down. So you're going to inhale to lift, exhale over, inhale up and exhale down. And one more, inhale, lift, exhale over, inhale up and lower down. Well done. Let's go do that on the other side now. So clam shells on this side, we're lying down. We've got our knees bent, Head resting down, hand on this hip. Let's press that hip away. And then you're going to breathe out to open and breathe in to lower down. You're going to exhale to open and inhale to lower. And remembering our theme today is keeping our pelvis still, so don't let your pelvis move. And down. Exhale to open and inhale to lower. 2 more. Exhale to open and inhale to lower. And exhale, open and inhale to lower. Now let's reach those feet out. So one leg on top of the other. Hand on your side or in front of you. You're going to take a breath in. Let's exhale and lift both legs up and inhale to lower down. So you're exhaling to lift. Again, trying to stay on your side and inhale to lower. Exhale, lift and inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and lower. 2 more. Exhale, lift and lower. And last one, exhale to lift and inhale to lower. Let's bend those knees. You're going to come on up and place your elbow right underneath that shoulder. Okay? And then from there, we're going to take the arm out. We're going to inhale, lifting up. We're going to exhale, going over as the arm comes over. Try and create more of a bend in your side. And you're going to inhale back to the T position and exhale to lower down. So breathing in to lift and breathing out to go over. Inhale up and lower down. Inhale, lift and exhale over. Inhale up and lower down. From there, you're going to roll onto your front. We're going to have the feet slightly apart. We're going to have the elbows bent, and we're going to take our head down towards the floor. So I want you to do a little check-in with the shoulders, that there's no tension in your neck here. So think about drawing the shoulders down away from your ears, but not to the extent where you feel tightness or tension. Okay? And then you're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, we're just going to lift the top half of the spine. So the head is going to start to lift, then the neck, then the area between the shoulder blades. You're not going to come up any higher. I want you to keep the bottom of your rib cage on the mat. And then you're going to lower back down. So we're going to inhale as we lift this time. So inhaling, lifting up. And for this, it's a less is more exercise. We don't want to do a big movement because we want to strengthen the upper back. Okay, and that's why we're keeping it at this level. So make sure you're not using your lower back muscles by pressing your pelvis into the floor. You're going to lift up just onto those ribs and lower down. And this time we're going to lift up just onto those ribs once again. Draw the tummy muscles in and see if you can float the hands off the floor without there being any change in your back. Take your hands back down and lower the body down. Let's try that again. So we're going to lift on up, hold it there, raise the hands off the floor, bring them down and lower the body down. One more, we're going to lift, hold it here, bring the arms up, take them down and lower the body down. So we're going to do one more movement here, which is to lift up, raise the arms up as well, and this time keeping your back where it is, let's extend the arms forward. Imagine you're swimming. You're going to take a big circle of those arms around behind you. And as they get behind you, you're going to try and lift a little higher now. Then you're going to bend the arms at the elbows and come down. Let's try that again. So we're going to inhale, lift. We're going to raise those arms up. We're going to reach forward. We're going to do a big circle all the way around, lifting a little bit more if you can as the hands come behind you, bending at the elbows and coming down. And last one, lifting up. Raise the hands up. Reach them forward. Drawing a big circle all the way around, lifting a little more if you can as those arms come behind you, bending at the elbows and coming all the way down. Well done. And then from there, you're just going to roll onto your back. Okay, and we're just going to do a quick little stretch to finish. So you're going to bring your right leg up in the air, take the hands holding behind that thigh, and you're just going to extend the leg up, flexing the foot. And if you can, you're going to walk your hands up towards that foot. See how far you can get. If you want to add a lift of the chest as well, to extend that stretch, you can. Take a deep breath in, breathing out. And then walk those hands back down, lower the leg, and let's do the same thing on the other leg. Let's unfold that leg, holding behind. Now you can stay here, that's completely fine if you're getting your stretch there. If you want to extend it further, then you're going to walk your hands up, lift your head and chest, and try and bring the knee and the forehead a little closer together. That's it. And coming all the way back down. Well done. Now come back into your position for your pelvic curl. We're going to finish with 2 pelvic curls today. All right, so bring your hands down by your side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tilting the pelvis, rolling the spine up, pressing up through those legs. Inhale there. Exhale, think of a big sigh as you come down, feeling that body relax after all the good work you've done today. One more deep breath in, exhaling to tilt and roll that spine up. Inhale to hold and exhale, coming all the way down. And then you're in your own time, you can come up in your own wonderful way. And I want to say thank you very much for coming to our session today. All right, so I'm going to come and have a chat to you now. I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. We tried to keep that today a very safe, gentle session. So that session was safe for anyone with hip replacements, knee replacements, or just general kind of age-related arthritis, or if you're recovering from illness and injury, it's a kind of one of those sort of sessions, a nice sort of rehabilitative session. Thank you, my love. Kerwin's just brought in the questions, so I'm going to do the questions, but thank you very much. Okay, so I want to say, first of all, a couple of hellos. We have Mary Sidebottom. What a fabulous name, Mary. Mary's new today to this session, so I want to say hello, Mary. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I do hope you like the session. And is it Linda Whitworth or Linda Whitworth? Sorry, my husband's writing. I can't always read it. I'll go check on the chat, but you're new as well, so welcome. I hope you enjoyed it today. So I'm just having a look at questions. So Sue De Pinto, hello, Sue. Big wave to you. And Sue says, question for Rachel. Any tips for weakness, cramping? Oops, I'm losing it in the chat. Weakness, cramping in lower back when laying on back with the legs extended. Like when doing the hip circles, I find it helps to bend the knee, but would like to strengthen so I can straighten my leg. Thanks. Okay, Sue. So weakness and cramping in the lower back when laying with the back, laying on your back legs extended. Okay, so I'm just thinking through that position. So sometimes, Sue, this can be related to the shape of your spine. And obviously, I don't know the shape of your spine, but sometimes if people have got quite a curved spine, as in we used to call it lordotic, so quite an arched back, it can make the muscles there a little short. And the good way to strengthen that is to really focus on the neutral position. So that's why you heard me go on and on about it today, the neutral, because when you're in neutral and doing all the exercises that we did today, you're not just working the core at the front, but you're working the core at the back. So you're working here, but also across here, the lower back muscles. And they're the ones you need to strengthen. One of the other things that you can do, Sue, is that strengthening the bottom muscles will really help as well. So anything where you're working the back of the body. So for example, the pelvic curls, that kind of thing, they're really, really good for that. I think you're absolutely right to keep your knees bent when you're doing the hip circles. Just keep doing it like that, Sue, until you find you get to a point where you can extend, but it must always be when you're in neutral. You might find that you're tilting back. Without seeing you, it's quite hard to gauge, but that's kind of what it sounds like. Sounds like you need to strengthen your lower back muscles. And a really nice way to do that without it being too much of a strain is to really practice and get really familiar with holding your neutral position. And even with me, and I've been doing this 20 something years now, sometimes I can forget where or my mind will go and I'm not in neutral. So I even have to check myself. But neutral is always when you've got the two hip bones here and the pubic bone all level. So if you look at me now, you can see I'm flat across here. Those three bones are in line. But if I was to arch my back like this, I'm now not in line. My hip bones are forward of my pubic bone. And equally, if I was to sink back into my lower back, my pubic bone is forward. Okay, and all of that creates imbalance in the muscles between the front and the back of the body. So trying to keep that neutral will really help. I hope that answers your question, Sue. And yes, doing the modifications, that's perfect. That's exactly what you should do. So well done. Okay, Sue says, thanks so much. You thought you were strong from years at the gym, but, well, you know what, Sue? You probably are strong. It's just that we all have these little things in our bodies, areas where we're not as strong as we would like to be. And that's why Pilates is P for Pilates, P for pedantic, I often say. That's why we're so particular about alignment, because when you get the body aligned and the spine aligned, you're working the body in balance, and that's the way you're going to really strengthen the muscles. And obviously Pilates is one of those exercise regimes, or for me, the exercise regime, where you strengthen much deeper into the body, because we're really concentrating deep in the core. So for example, today, everything we did was working deep inside the core, here, and all the back muscles, very, very important. And also the glutes and the hips, okay? So I hope that helped you, Sue. Patty Keno, hello Patty Keno. Patty has a question and says, do you do aerobic activities in addition to Pilates? So Patty, the honest answer is no, I don't. A little confession, I don't think I've ever said this live on YouTube. There are a few little things that I do like to do. So as you probably know, I was a dancer a long time ago. I do like to tap dance. So, and I don't do it regularly, but I do tap dancing because I quite enjoy the kind of cardio aspect of that. You'll also see on the channel that I've started doing bar videos, which are kind of bar stroke ballet. They're what I call easy ballet exercises, but they get your heart rate up, and I do those. And then the other thing I do is that I have a rescue dog, so I walk my dog daily. I only do her once a day. Kerwin walks her twice a day, but I normally take her out for an hour and do a long walk. So that's what I kind of do. But I would say I don't do any kind of aerobics as such, nothing like that. Everything I do in terms of exercise is Pilates related. But I do different levels and different speeds, and I do a lot of body weight. And I've been looking into a lot of research lately because I am aging as well, and looking at what would be right, what is right for my body as I'm aging. And everything I'm reading is saying, it's really important that we do weight-bearing exercise. So everything we were doing today, where you're having to just lift your own body, like we were doing the side lifts and things like that, they're all weight-bearing exercises. They really stimulate the muscles, they stimulate the bones. And remember, the stronger your muscles get, the more calories you're burning as well. So having a strong muscular body, just sitting down, you're going to be burning more calories than someone who's got less muscle than you, okay? And that doesn't mean big, bulky muscles. It just means you're using your muscles like you were today. So I hope that helps. And yes, I don't really tell people much about the tap dancing, but I do a bit of tap dancing because it's just one of those things that I've always loved. But there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to have a look down the chat now. And I want to say thank yous to our lovely donators today. So everyone who's donated for today's session, thank you so much. It is always appreciated because it's you guys that keep me going. So I want to say thank you very much to Kim Miller. Hello, Kim. She donated £10 today. Very generous of you, and thank you. That's much appreciated. And hello, Carol Neath. Hi, Carol. Lovely to see your name again. Carol's donated £5 today. Thank you, Carol. That is absolutely wonderful. And I want to say thank you to Mary Palmer. Mary, you must be in the US or Canada because you've donated in dollars, which is wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you for the coffee. I'm going to be, in this, over in the UK, it's what we call tea time now. So I'm going to have a cup of tea after this session. Thank you very much for your donation. And Get Political IQ has donated as well. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. I can see you're across the pond as well. Lovely to have you here today. And then I'm going to go through, and sorry, I've missed somebody. Patty Keno has donated. Thank you very much, Patty. Jean Hayes, lovely to see you, Jane. She has donated as well. Thank you for your donation. Cheryl Sumner has donated as well. Thank you very much indeed. I want to make sure I don't miss anyone. Leslie Mattin has also donated. Thank you, Leslie. Much appreciated. Right, I hope I've got everybody and not missed anyone out. Okay, so I'm going to whisk through the chat and just see if there are any more questions or comments. I do want to say a big hello to Lily Mars. Lily Mars is from New York. That's right, isn't it, Lily? Lily's from New York, but she currently lives in Spain, or she lives in Spain, and has been a wonderful supporter of this channel. So Lily, thank you so much. Lily is on Twitter and is always telling people on Twitter to follow my channel. So you really are appreciated, Lily. Thank you so much for that. And I was thinking of you today, Lily, because I made sure that that workout was knee safe. So I hope it was okay for your knee. Do let me know. So I'm going to say a few hellos because I can see some familiar names on the chat. So there's Grace Dosty. Grace Dosty, hello. I know we've been talking. And says, thanks, Rachel. Looking forward to the class. And thank you for keeping our seniors strong on our feet. Well, you are very, very welcome, Grace. Oh, before I forget, everyone, can you press the thumbs up button? Can you go ahead and press your like button? And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, because those are the numbers that YouTube look at, and the more subscribers I get, the more help they will give me in developing the channel. And obviously I'd love to be doing this full time. As you know, I fit this in around teaching live classes on Zoom. So yes, do go ahead and do that. Thank you very much for the likes and the subscriptions today. Okay, so I'm going down. I'm going to say hello to Mary Palmer. Hello, Mary in New Orleans. And says, I just want to say thank you so much for these great Senior Pilates videos. This time is perfect here in New Orleans too. So thanks for that. Well, you're very, very welcome. And as you know, I try and do this for you, everyone, between every 4 and 6 weeks. I'm sorry I can't do it more often yet, but I have such a busy schedule. But don't think I ever forget you. If you're a senior and with me now, you are never forgotten. You're always being thought about. All right, so know that I will try and get one of these lives up between 4 and 6 weeks throughout the year. So if you didn't make it live today, but you'd like to come live, keep a lookout on the channel. If you do subscribe, you'll get a little notification as well when I'm about to go live. All right, so nice hello to you. Patty Keno. Oh, yes, we said hello, Patty, didn't we? We were talking about the aerobics. Get Political IQ is in NYC, so hello to you in NYC. I love New York City. Oh, what a fabulous place. Can't wait to get back there at some point when we're all allowed to travel again. Okay, so Kim Miller. Hello, Kim in Northampton. Sunny-ish in Northampton, but I hope you're getting those last rays of sunshine in the UK. The sun's still shining here. I'm down in Brighton and it's pretty fabulous at the moment. So all good. Good morning to Myrna Morel, the lovely Myrna, who has been also a wonderful supporter on Twitter. And Myrna sends me, I don't know if any of you guys are on Twitter, but if you aren't, go ahead and join and follow me on Twitter, because you see lots of funny messages from Myrna and emojis, which are always very entertaining. So hi, Myrna. Says, thanks so much for doing this session live for us. A big hello to Lily Mars and my 2 nieces in Canada. Myrna is in the house. Let's go. Well, that's fabulous. Well, I hope you enjoyed the session today, everyone. It was deliberately gentle because I do get a lot of messages from seniors who are concerned about arthritis in various parts of the body. And so you might not have noticed today, but what I did today was more exercises, but less repetitions. And that's a very useful way to work out if you're someone that does have arthritis and has pain related to your arthritis. In other words, you keep moving, but you don't do lots and lots of repetitions. You just keep moving through things. It's a nice way to get everything moving in the morning and also to release that pain, release the tension, shall I say, that comes from having that kind of pain. So I hope that worked for you all. Mary Sidebottom, who I mentioned earlier. Oh, you're in Switzerland. How lovely. And Mary says, it's my first time to you live. I so love your senior classes and use them most days of the week. Bless you and thank you. Well, bless you too, Mary. Lovely to have you here. And how nice that we could link up live. So I hope you'll come and see me again when I'm next live, hopefully within the next 4 to 6 weeks. And don't forget, everyone, when this live stream is finished, what happens is YouTube do all their machinations and then it is uploaded to the channel. So you can come back and do this workout again and again as many times as you want. And you'll find what I do is I save it into my live stream playlist. And I also save it into seniors. So if you just want senior workouts and gentle workouts, just go to my seniors playlist, and everything I've done that's related to seniors, sort of welfare, well-being and activities and fitness, it's all in that section, okay? And obviously, if you have any suggestions, do always leave me a comment. I know sometimes I don't get back to you as much as I would like, and I'm really sorry. I probably get about 100 messages a day now on YouTube. So I try and do what I can in between classes, but I do kind of check through everything. So if there's something you want, you can either let me know on the chats, which is immediate because I'm here and I'm reading it as you're all talking to me now, or you can send me a message, okay? Okay, so going down the chat now, I'm going to say hello to Jane Seitz in Michigan, USA. Hello, Jane. Lovely to have you here. To Kim Brandt. Hello, Kim. I know you're a regular. Thank you. Lovely to see you. And you're in Bellingham, Washington. Oh, so this must work out quite good for you. I'd imagine it's late morning for you, I think. Is that right? I think in Washington. And Tracy Crawford. Hello, Tracy. Tracy is checking in from Texas. Thank you for this time in the morning so that I and others can join you. Thanks so much for the Senior Pilates. Well, you are absolutely welcome, Tracy. Lovely to have you here today. And Sue Kirk saying hello to Sue. Sue says, love these classes. Do one of these most days when not on the golf course. Well, that's wonderful, Sue. And you know what? Pilates is a perfect accompaniment to your golf. Can you see who's just arrived? It's my dog, Boo. She's come in to say, Mum, it's time to go out. All right, we won't be long. Do you want to come up? Do you want to come up here? Come on then, come up and say hello to everyone. Here she is. All right, just don't lick me too much. All right. Okay, so from here, we're going to just finish on the chat now. Pat says, Pat, oh, hello to you, Pat. Pat says, I'm so excited for the live session. I normally use the pre-recorded. Thank you, Rachel. You're so positive and educational. This is great. Well, you're really welcome. You know what? I love doing this because I really genuinely love all of you guys. You're so positive. It's such a lovely community to have, this kind of well-being Pilates community that has grown out of a pretty awful situation for us all, hasn't it? But, you know, the way I'm looking at COVID now is it's something that I've gained from. You know, it has made life very tricky, but also it's opened up a new world for me that I wasn't really in before. So thank you to you, all of you, for supporting me, because that means a lot. Karina Perry, hello, Karina. Karina says, oh, yes, Karina, I did check those replies. And yes, somebody's been trying to promote themselves on my channel. So I basically reported them as spam. So they should be removed now, Karina. Thank you so much for letting me know. Much appreciated. It's funny what people do, isn't it? They try and hijack your channel. It's very odd, but there you go. That Karina, bless you for doing that. Thank you very much. Jean Hayes, hello to Jean in sunny London, Ontario, over in Canada. How lovely. Thank you so much for the opportunity to do a live class. Well, you're very, very welcome. Myrna, oh, this is interesting. The things I find out about you guys. Myrna, you were born in New York City. So you're a New York gal as well. How wonderful. I'm hoping maybe one day I could come over and do some Pilates in New York and over on the West Coast. That would be fabulous. I've been both East and West Coast, never been anywhere in between though, which is on my bucket list of things to do. Okay, so who else have we got to say hello to? So Javiya Bhavesh in India. Hello in India. I hope that you're okay out there. Everything's all right for you. I know things are really, really difficult in India right now. So keep positive, Javaya, and it's lovely to have you here today. Thank you for joining me. Okay, Sue DePinto says, enjoy these senior classes, nice pace yet effective. Thank you. I missed the beginning, but I will do it this afternoon. Thanks for all your guidance, expertise and positivity. Well, you're very, very welcome. Okay, so I'm just whisking to the bottom now. I'm going to say hello to Kieran Gohill. Hello, Kieran. Nice to see you again. Thanks so much. Really good. Enjoyed the class so much. Jane Sight says, great floor workout. Thank you. Cheryl has a question. Cheryl says, is there a rule of thumb about when to keep your back in neutral when doing the mat work? That's a fantastic question, Cheryl, I'm going to say Cheryl because in the UK, CH is Cheryl and SH is Cheryl, but do correct me if I'm wrong. So yes, when do we keep neutral and when do we not keep neutral? That is a really, really good question. So in the main, the rule of thumb is every exercise, you start from your neutral position. So if you think of always coming into neutral before you begin. And a lot of the mat work exercises are in neutral. The only time you would not be is if, for example, you have an irritation in your back and neutral does not feel nice, then you might want to imprint your spine. Imprint meaning press it into the floor. But in the main, Cheryl, you stay in the neutral position. So every exercise moves from neutral. Every exercise starts in neutral. And then if you're going to come out of neutral, then I would cue you to do so. But as a rule, you're staying in neutral. What you'll find, Cheryl, is when we're doing things like the chest lift, the body will want to, the back will want to sink into the mat. But if you can, you keep it in neutral. And by keeping it in neutral, you're going to work those lower back muscles because you're having to hold your back still. The minute the back presses down into the ground, essentially the lower back muscles are no longer working. They're just down. They're just kind of relaxed, even slightly stretched actually. So having a neutral position and having to hold that, I was talking today a lot about pelvic stability, having to hold the pelvis still, that's where the work is coming in on your core. That's how you're really strengthening and working your muscles. And we call that an isometric type of exercise, which means you're using your muscles to hold your body still. Okay, so that's kind of the rule. Obviously, when you're on your front, it's much harder to be in neutral. And if you're going into a back extension, you won't really be neutral. You'll be extending your back. Okay, so I would say think more about neutral when you're lying on your back and aligning those three bones. And then also, we have neutral lying on the side, and that's where we talk about lining up the hip bones. If you lie on your side and these are your hip bones, you don't want one hip bone like this and one like this. You want them above each other. So you often have to that's why I often cue you to hold your hip. So you're kind of aware where it is. Anyway, that was a very long answer, wasn't it, Cheryl? But I hope that answered it for you. Hi, it's another Cheryl in Staffordshire. Hello, Cheryl in Staffordshire. Looking forward to enjoy today, and you're looking forward to Friday. Yes, Friday I will be doing at 10 o'clock in the morning, so it'd be too early for you lovely people across the pond, but it will be live later on in the day. It will be available later in the day. I'm doing a standing bar and Pilates workout, so that's going to be lots of balance, lots of dance type fitness, but you do not need any experience in dance to do it, okay? Because that's what I feel is my speciality, is having been a dancer, I create movements that you can do, but you don't have to have that dance background because I want you to really enjoy it and have fun with it. So yes, we will see you Friday, Cheryl in Staffordshire. Okay, so Roger Price says, thank you, Rachel. Hello to you. Gillian Bickerstaff, my dog keeps licking my hand. I know, she wants to go out. Gillian Bickerstaff says, great, loved it. I wish I was stronger. Oh, Gillian, don't be sad. Don't be sad about it, because you know what? You're doing the workout, and that means you're already a bit stronger than you were before you started. All right, so think of it that way. Every time you do a session, you're helping your body, you're getting a little bit stronger. All right, so where have we got to? Pat Arm says, love your outfit today, as well as the workout. I like that you're intensifying the senior workout to be a little more challenging. Hi, Pat from Utah. Well, hello, Pat in Utah. Thank you very much for the compliments on my outfit. Yes, this is from a UK company, top and bottom. These are workout gear, but it's made out of bamboo fiber. So it's sustainable. You guys probably know all this, but I'm really into trying to do what I can to be more sustainable in what I eat and what I wear. And all of these products are made by a company called Bamboo Clothing, which is based in the UK. and all their fabrics are made out of bamboo fiber, so which is very sustainable. Not only that, it's kind to the planet. It's also very, very comfortable. It's my comfiest clothing, so hence why I wore it today. Okay, Lily Mar said, love this workout. Thank you. So that's good. Glad you liked it. And we're just coming to the end now. Oh, Lily's got a question. Lily says, Rachel, it doesn't apply to today's workout, but I have a question about exercises with pulsing motions. How should we pace our breathing when it's faster motions like that? I hope this makes sense. That's a really good question, Lily. Yes. So, for example, if you were doing like knee bends and the instructor says to you, right, hold it there and then let's pulse for 10, 9, 8, that kind of thing. My recommendation is just breathe however you feel you need to. When I'm doing it, I'm often talking, as you know, so I'm not necessarily getting in the breath that I need to. If you're able to do the breathing in time to the pulsing, that can be quite good for working the diaphragm. I have some singers I work with and I get them to do that because it's really good for them to exercise their diaphragm. But in the main, I would say just breathe however you feel you need to. There's no kind of rule on that one. So I hope that helps you, Lily. Okay. Oh, lovely. Nurse Table Talk online. Hello to Julie. So, guys, there's a YouTube channel called Nurse Table Talk. Julie is one of the presenters. They are both professional nurses, and they've started a little YouTube channel where they answer questions about all kinds of things to do with our health. They approached me recently about doing an interview, which I did for them. So if you want to have a look at that, go check out their YouTube channel. All right, lovely to see you, Julie in Michigan. I hope you enjoyed the session today. All right. And Karina says, coffee coming to Brighton. Thank you, Karina. That's very kind. Julie CR saying, hi, everyone. So hello to you, Julie. And Lily Mar says, I want to see you tap dance so much. I'll play my ukulele if you'll tap dance. Is that a deal? You know what, Lily? I actually want to play the ukulele because I would love to play the ukulele and tap dance, obviously not at the same time, but that is on my list. In fact, I'm looking for a ukulele teacher. So if anybody knows an online ukulele teacher, they could be anywhere in the world, do let me know, because I got a ukulele for my birthday, but I still haven't learned how to play it. And yes, at some point, Lily, that is a deal. I'm going to do a little bit more practice because, as you know, I have my foot operation. So I'm still rehabbing my feet. But I did try a little bit of tap dancing last week. And yes, it's coming along nicely. Okay, so I'm going to say hello to Patty Smith. Patty says, I'm in the US and 77 years old, and I really appreciate the senior adaptations. Well, hello, Patty. Lovely to have you here. And I'm so delighted that you enjoy these senior workouts and that they're working for you, because you're the person, you are the people that I'm doing it for. I teach a live seniors class UK time on a Monday at 11:45, which is probably too early for most of you. But all the ladies in that class are 65, 75, up to 80. And I love teaching that class, but I learned so much from them, as well as the training I've done. I did a specialist Pilates course, which is Pilates for the older body or for the maturing body, or they call it now the active ager, of which I am included in that. Being over 55, I am an active ager as well. But yeah, so glad that they work for you. So that's wonderful. Keep up the good work, Patty. Okay, so I'm getting to the bottom. Lily's saying hello to Boo. Boo is saying, hello, everybody. Hello. This is my little Boo Boo, my little rescue dog, and she really needs her evening WALK. So that is what I'm going to be doing now. Suffice to say, I want to say hello to Barbara, I want to say hello to Eric, who's going to check out the video, and to Cheryl. Says, thanks, Rachel. Your explanation on the neutral pelvis helped a lot. I'll need to work on it. Cheryl in the US is in an SH sound. Don't ask me why. Okay. All right. So there we go. Active ages rock. Exactly, Karina. Exactly. Active ages rock, don't they? So lovely people. I'm going to go now. It was wonderful to spend time with you today. Do press the like button, do subscribe, and do put a comment below so other people can read when they come and see this video what you thought of the session. And I'll be back live with you all within the next 4 to 6 weeks, so keep an eye out on the channel. In the meantime, keep up the great work, keep going, keep positive, and I'll see you all soon. Bye from me and bye from Boo. Take care.